you going, mate?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. How you going?
I'm very good today, mate. I'm very good. Where have we caught you today? Obviously, people know where I am, but in terms of New Zealand, whereabouts are you?
I'm in New Plymouth. House sitting my mate's house down by the beach. So yeah,
Nice, looking after it. You're not wrecking the joint, are you?
no, of course not, of course not.
No house parties. I'm sure that
Nah,
would have been on the rules anyway, was it?
yeah. Just water the plants, look after the dog. No parties.
No
Easy as
parties.
that.
That's it. That's what they say on those ways of Airbnbs, and it just never goes well. There's always a party. There's always a party. Um, Now, mate, I've got to ask. After the massive year you had last year, a bit of a high making the world champs and swimming in Guangzhou, you must have been buzzing for Tokyo coming into this year. So, how did you go when the Olympics got pushed back? I mean, what sort of effect did that have on you mentally?
Well, it was like it was all up in the air really because we were gunning training and our trials were supposed to be at the end of March, start of April, and we went into level 4 lockdown a week before that. So it was all go up until that. We were training like full on, preparing for that, and then everything just kind of moved real fast. And one week I was prepared to be competing to try qualify for Tokyo, and then a couple of days later I was sitting in my room for 4 weeks. So
Mm.
yeah, it was kind of hard, but like I just took the approach of I'll be bigger, faster, stronger in a year's time. It's given me more time to be better. So it's not the end of the world. Yeah.
Now, I got to tell you, in doing my research for you, I was bloody jealous, to be honest, with some of the countries you've gotten to visit with your swimming. I mean, and one of those I'm going to talk about now is Hawaii in 2016 for the Junior Pan Packs. Now, I think you were 16 at this time, so this is one of your first big trips. What was that
Yeah.
like, and what lessons did you take away from that? Racing wise, did you everything go to plan in the pool, or did you make a few mistakes?
Yeah, well, that was like because I've been to Aussie Age before, and that was kind of like that was a New Zealand team, but it wasn't really a pinnacle junior meet.
Yeah.
So rolling up to Junior Pan Packs in 2016, I was lucky enough to have Donna, one of my coaches, on the team. Um, so she was a real good mentor, but I was young but immature. Like didn't take my rest seriously. Like probably I learned so much from that competition about how to be professional, kind of.
Mm.
Watching Lou had an outstanding meet there, and like just trying to deal with things that come at you. Like it was a real windy for our 400 free final. It was really windy, and just trying to like get your head around that. Like you're racing people. It's not about time. It's not about how fast you go. It's about racing people.
Yep.
And then my 1500, I actually had like a bit of a like anxiety attack, freak out, because like I thought I wasn't swimming as fast as I was, and like I was like, oh, like everyone at home's gonna be disappointed. But then like that was the meet where I realized like no matter how I go, like it sounds bad when I say this, but no one really cares.
Yeah.
It's my thing. So if I get all cut up about it, I'm the only one. Everyone else is going to be proud of me no matter what for going over there and racing. So like that was a real big learning curve. Like Donna was there like to help me through that, and she was like, "Look, you've done amazing. Like you've made it this far. Like just put it behind. Like put that one bad race behind you, and like onto the next one. Everyone back home is like cheering for you." So
Mm.
yeah, so that was kind of like where I kind of had to learn to grow up.
Over the next 2 years, they make you get to go to the Bahamas for the Youth Com Games, Buenos Aires for the Youth Olympics.
Yeah.
For all the young swimmers out there who are listening, give us some pros for making these junior teams so they can aspire to make them. And obviously, all I have to say is Bahamas and Buenos Aires, and people are, oh, that's a pro enough. But give us a few things that maybe you got to pay attention to, and in terms of not cons, but what are certain things that you had to be wary of? Because I'm assuming it's not all just chilling by the beach in the Bahamas. You've got to switch on and be ready to go. So what is good things, and then not bad things, but things to be wary of.
Well, like first, like trying to make the teams. Like a big thing for me is trusting your coach, and like it's when you're trying to make teams like this, it's not sacrifices, it's investments.
Yep.
So if you've been invited to a party that weekend and it's like 2 weeks before trials or a week before trials, and you're thinking about going, obviously you don't want to go as bad as you think. So like putting stuff like that to the side to try and make it to these teams, because the best fun I've had in my life is being on these teams with my best mates. So like I think almost every New Zealand team I've been on has been with Lewis or Mikey, and like those two are my boys. Like it's real, like you have the best time away at these things. But like when you're over there, when you're actually racing, you gotta kind of just chill out a little bit. Like it's real easy to get caught up with what's going on. Like when we went to Argentina, they're like the village life.
Yep.
That's kind of new. One of the things that always stuck in my mind was when we went to the Bahamas, we got told no drinking from the tap water because of like there's stuff in the water that might get you sick. And we all roll up, our bus rolls up, all the athletes get out, and we're greeted with these like juice drinks, and they have ice in them. And so all the athletes were like, oh, whoa, like we're in the Bahamas, like start drinking them. And then one of the managers goes, how do you know where that ice is from?
Yeah.
And it's like taking care of yourself like that. Like once you've made it to these big meets, you got to take even more care about not getting sick or like not losing like everything that you've kind of invested in.
Talk to me about 2019 last year in Guangzhou. Big step for you. You'd been to obviously the youth and the junior championships, but this was another step up. Were you prepared, do you think, for that atmosphere, seeing the big names in the warm-up pool and all that sort of added pressure that comes with that?
Yeah, I think the year before in 2018, that Youth Olympics I wasn't a bad meet, but it was rough. That was huge. Like Youth Olympics compared to like Youth Coms or Junior Pan Packs, Youth Olympics is like huge because you got the village. Like the pool we were at was massive. Like, so that kind of like we're racing people like Christoph Milak, like these big guns, and that kind of I had like a bit of an average meet, and I kind of went back and talked to my coaches and had a good chat with Sue because she was there with me, and we kind of reset. And I turned up to Guangzhou excited. Yep. Not really focusing on the outcome, just focusing on just getting out there and doing it. And like my first race was the 400 free. Yeah, I think it was the 400 free, and I went like a small PB, and I was like in the morning, going to PB in the morning, that's solid, and I was happy with that. And then got through and swam the 800. I was like 0.06 off my PB, and like for me, that's an awesome morning swim. Yeah. And then rolling through to the 4x2, it got to the point where that was near the end, and everyone's just relays you get fizzing. So, it was good fun.
Yeah, you mentioned it there with the 4x2, and how much of that was fun swimming with the boys? Obviously, Lewis, Matt, Dan. That must have been. Obviously, you're at the World Champs and you're pumped and you're going to do your best, but it must have been good to be around the boys and probably help relax you a little bit more.
Yeah, well, like you look at Stanley and Dan, like they're quite a bit older than me and Lou, and like especially Matt, he's been around for he's been on the world stage for like a decade, so he is like one of the most experienced swimmers at the games or at World Champs. He knows everyone. Says hi to Adam Peaty, like he knows everyone. So like having him there to like kind of just be like backing us, it was real good. Like a nice calm like voice telling you that it's like everything's gonna go sweet, smooth. Like he's been there, done that. So
hey, talk to me about Arena. Now, much the same as yourself, I'm sponsored by Arena, both Australia and New Zealand. So great company, great brand, but most importantly, really great people. How did you get involved with them?
I think it was 2017, maybe. Yeah, 20. So I was with Engine before that, and then I got approached by Arena, and I've always loved Arena suits and Arena goggles for racing. And I was like, they offered me a deal, and I was like, for like a young swimmer, I was like, yo, that's mean. And ever since then, I've kind of re-signed with them, and they've been treating me real well, and I've got like kind of a handler, like guy that looks after me, Andrew, and he's a real good lad. Like whenever I'm down in Wellington, I can go catch up and have like dinner with him and have a chat, and they're real good people, and they look after me real well. So I'm like super stoked to be part of what they're doing. Yeah.
Not just that it's a great brand, but obviously it's got to work for you. So you feel like that race suit really works for you. What do you wear? Is there a specific type?
I'm real bad with like.
No, so am I. I was hoping
names.
you'd be on the ball there.
The new suits. One of the new suits I've been wearing, the Flex.
Okay. Yep.
Is real nice. But it's I've always worn their suits, and I've really enjoyed using them. So it's like I'm getting like they're helping me, but it's like I've always used their stuff. So
yeah,
it's like Christmas kind of.
Now, listen, I'm assuming by this point you can see that someone has joined the conversation. And what I thought, I've got this work experience guy, his name's Lewis, and he wanted to get involved and ask some questions. And I thought, why not? Why not? Let's help him out. Obviously, for anyone who's listening and isn't watching, it's Mr. Lewis Clareburt, favourite of the podcast here, champion IEMA, and he's joined us. So listen, I thought what it would be a great idea was to get Lewis to hop in, because I did have a question coming up that was going to be, all about how excited are you about the NZ team with all the young stars coming through, yourself, Lewis, Erica Fairweather, what a talent she is. So thought a good chance to get him on. I don't know if he's got any questions lined up. I'll be interested to see, because I only gave him the heads up, honestly, about maybe an hour ago. So I'll be very impressed if he's come up with some.
He definitely does. I know he does.
Lewis, what do you got for us, mate? Hit us.
Oh, I honestly didn't prepare. I was asking around like all the boys who's got some silly questions for Zac Reid, but no one gave me anything. I was pretty disappointed. So I've got a few, but not really anything too juicy for you.
Nah, it's all right, mate. Go for it. Hit us. What's your first one?
So I mean, we don't call him Zac Reid. We call him Lundy Limes. Okay. So I was just wondering, Zach or Lundy, why do we call you Lundy Limes?
That's just my PS4 username. So when we play on Call of Duty, we'll have our names, and whenever I like to have like an alcoholic beverage, I like a lime flavored type beverage, and that's the limes there. And Lundy's just a name that we picked up, me and the boys. Can't really go into too much detail about that, but and like Lou's name is his tag is Blair, and his name is Shko, which is in New Zealand. You know what Blair Shko means, and so it's kind of like a let's go, but like it's morphed into Blair Shko.
Yeah. Fair enough. Good answer.
Yeah.
This question you can actually get wrong, and I was wondering who is the greatest Warzone player you've ever played with?
Oh, I mean, like there's so many, and it's like
there's only one.
I don't want to make anyone like sad or anything, and like let's just say who's got the most dubs on Warzone. I'll just leave it at that. I'll leave it at that.
Zach's pumped in a few days into Call of Duty Warzone, and he reckons he's the champion because he's got like 40-something wins.
Yeah, you boys love your gaming over there, don't you? I don't think I've had anyone. Actually, Erica was the only one who she's like, I don't, go near it. But the boys, everyone loves their gaming.
Yeah, I was playing with Dan Hunter last night. Get around it with like it's a good way to it's not all about the gaming too. It's about like because Lewis obviously lives in Wellington, Mikey's over the ditch in Aussie. Like instead of like having like a call, you can jump on and just yarn for like a couple hours, and it's real good catch up time as well. Like you know what's going on with all the boys' lives and all that. So it's more of a social hanging out type thing.
Yeah, a bit of banter.
Yeah. Dan Hunter's the biggest nerd as well. He's played like 27 days or something just to expose him.
A bit of a sweat.
Yeah. Like Zach, how many days have you played, Zach?
like 14 maybe.
14. Yeah, I've played like 2.
Lewis, mate, what do you got? You got any others?
Not really. I was going to ask you a little, Zach, a little bit about his surfing, because I just got myself a surfboard. So I was going to ask him what sort of surfboard he had.
I'm running a 6'8", like mini Mao type board, like bit of a narrow tail, 3 fins. No, it's just something that's, I'm not super coordinated, so it's pretty easy to ride. And like my best mates around here like to surf, so whenever they're back from uni, we'll take the boards out. But a bit cold at the moment. I was sending Lou some videos of the surf this morning, and it's like real clean barrels down at the beach, but it's just I've hurt my foot, so I can't go out, and it's a bit cold. So yeah.
Now, what's it like? Obviously, you guys have good banter, and that's why I do love talking to all of you boys. And Erica was even great yesterday herself. So what's the team like, say, last year at World Champs? There must be a good team vibe, and both of you can answer this, by the way, but it must be, good camaraderie at the moment within the team.
Yeah, well, it's not a big team. It's a good solid team, but it's like we're a family. It's not a big whole group of individuals doing their own thing. A lot of our stuff, and that's like kind of New Zealand culture as well. It's kind of family based, and like it's real good. Like I see Erica as my little sister, and like I see Mikey and Lou and all that as my bros. So it's like I could not talk to Lou for a couple of months and then see him, and it would be like nothing had happened. And
you miss me too much.
Yeah, I'd probably miss it too much, but. No, it's real cool. Like the team vibes, and like the coaches get around, everyone having fun, and like we know how to be professional, but we also know how to have like a bit of fun as well. So yeah.
What about for yourself, Lewis?
Yeah, I was pretty much the same. Like we're such a small team. No one really gets lost in the team, so we're all pretty tight knit, and we all love to have a bit of a laugh.
Now, Zach, Lewis hasn't tried to get you into these ice creams, has he? Has he sent you any of the ISO creams?
No, I was actually quite disappointed. I saw a couple of his squad mates had like a voucher for a free ice cream, and I had him up. I was like, "Where's my voucher?" But I guess I'm not like priority or whatever. But
he messaged me, and I told him that I would give him, if I was still sponsored in October, I would give him a voucher that he could take away and go to the supermarket and buy one. So there you go.
All right, mate. Now, Lewis, thank you very much for joining us, mate. It's been a bit of fun. I've enjoyed it. And thank you for, at very short notice, jumping on. I'm sending it. I'm like, I don't know if he's going to do this. But these ideas come to me at the last minute. So, I'm glad we got to do it, mate. It was a bit of fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Sorry to interrupt your talk, Zach.
It's all good. It's all good.
No, it's all good. He was falling asleep before you jumped on, so you woke him back up. He's good.
All right, I'll leave you guys to it.
Cheers, mate.
See you later.
Mate, listen, if we redo this interview and I get you back on, say in 2-3 years' time, that intro already, awesome one with the records that you've got and the places that you've been and world champs. But what would you like me to add? What the next time we chat would you like me to be adding at the top there?
Oh, of course, the Olympian. I want to make it to that big stage. Work my way. Hopefully, Com Games medalist would be a cool title. Yeah, just adding on to what's already been done. Just try to build that resume up.
Awesome, mate. I think we'll wrap it up there. Firstly, I want to thank you for coming on and having a chat. I know you guys, as you said, are 8 weeks back in now, so the training's starting to build back up. So. It's not easy to find the time to come on for a chat, but you have, and I thank you very much. And I've said this before, and I genuinely mean it. This isn't just me reading it. I really hope that, the New Zealand and Australian public, hear these chats and really get behind you guys. I think, what you guys are doing at the moment in the next 2 or 3 years is going to be really special. And I think yourself is a superstar. And I think what you guys are doing and that phenomenal work for swimming in New Zealand should not go unnoticed, and I hope these guys get behind you, and hopefully, mate, we can stay in touch and get you on for another chat maybe next year leading up to trials and stuff like that, and see how you're tracking. But until then, thank you very much for coming on Off the Block Swimming Podcast.
Cheers, thank you so much. It's been awesome. Yeah, I just give a quick shout out to my sister, my mum, my dad.
Yeah.
Just shout them out because I don't think I mentioned them. So
Yeah, no, that's all right, mate.
thanks to the fans.
Have you ever done anything? Listen, I'm going to go off track here. Have you ever done a speech and then forgotten people? Because I'm going to be honest, in my wedding speech, I almost forgot my wife.
No.
I almost forgot my wife. And I'd had it written all out too. And I had a few too many drinks. And I didn't forget, so everyone can calm down. But I almost forgot. Have you ever had that?
Yeah, sort of. We have like the Taunaki prize giving and stuff like that. And when you win something, you got to kind of say a couple of things. And I've gone up before and I've had like a list of like sponsors and stuff to thank. And then
Yeah.
And then I go, oh, thank you to mum and dad as well. No, number one. So yeah, it happens.
Well, yes. Thank you
Yeah.
to Zac's mum and dad. And also thank you to our special guest interviewer, Lewis, for jumping on. Hopefully he didn't upset you, mate, with his questions. Hopefully they were okay.
Never. No, Luke can never do bad by me.
I'll give him the good feedback, mate. He might be able to come back on for another special guest appearance.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much.
All right, cheers. I'll catch you later.
Today's episode of Off the Block Swimming Podcast is proudly brought to you by Arena Australia and Arena NZ.